Marcelo, congratulations, 3 points. How pleased are you with the team's performance tonight?
¿Qué tan contento está con el rendimiento del equipo hoy?
Fue una buena actuación.
It was a good performance.
Mejor en el segundo tiempo.
Better in the second half.
Pero el primer tiempo también fue bueno.
But the first half was also good.
Defendimos bien, atacamos bien.
We defended well, we attacked well.
Tuvimos la suerte de que ellos convertir antes que ellos y que ellos no convirtieran las opciones que tuvieron.
And we had the luck to score before they did, as they had a few chances as well.
Well, you took Pascal off after 20 minutes in the first half there. What forced that decision?
Que sacaste a Pascal después de 20 minutos. ¿Qué forzó esta decisión?
No, tenía tarjeta amarilla y estuvo en el medio campo, había mucha agilidad, mucha movilidad y tenía miedo que lo expulsaran.
He got a yellow card early on and there was a lot of agility, a lot of mobility in the middle of the park, and I wanted to take him off as a result.
Después de la amarilla tuvo un full que estaba bien en el límite y eso me preocupó.
After the yellow card, he also had another foul which was at the limit, and this worried me.
Well, it was a great decision. What do you think about Patrick Bamford's hat-trick tonight? How pleased are you for him?
¿Qué piensas sobre el hat-trick de Bamford? Que se está contento por él.
Sí, me alegro mucho. Aparte fueron goles muy lindos.
I'm very happy for him, and apart from that, they were all very, very nice goals.
De los goles más lindos que ha hecho.
Some of the nicest goals he's scored for us.
Patrick, you got the match ball under your arm there. First hat-trick for Leeds, how's that feel?
Yeah, nice, especially in the Premier League. It's what you dream of when you're growing up, isn't it? So it means a lot to me.
Were you frustrated at half-time that perhaps you should have put a couple away the first half?
Yeah, after the header I thought, hey, you know what, it was kind of far out. I'll give myself that one, and then I should have scored the second one, no doubt. So I was frustrated, but I knew that the next one I'd get another chance, so stick it away, and then luckily I got 3.
Well, what's Marcelo been saying to you this season? Because that's now 6 goals and 6 appearances, and I think your Premier League record before that was like 1 in 27.
Yeah, I don't count the first lot, because I was always playing 2 minutes off the bench, 5 minutes here and there. So I think this time I've got a manager who believes in me. As long as I keep working hard, he'll keep trusting me. So it's up to me to make sure that I'm helping the team as much as I can, and then I'm sure he'll keep showing his faith.
And for the team, how good was it to bounce back with 3 points tonight?
Yeah, crucial. I think that we look back at the Wolves game and we was possibly a little bit unlucky to come away with nothing. I think maybe we deserved to win it, but they played a good, solid game, and then we had to bounce back tonight, as you say. And Villa are on a very good run, and they're a good team. And I think we showed. Someone was saying in the press that Bielsa was a myth, but I think we showed everyone that Leeds were here, and we're here to compete and to kind of give a good showing of ourselves.
Well, a terrific evening. Did you enjoy yourself out there?
Yeah, it was good to get my first, big chunk of Premier League minutes. A great place to do that, and an even better place to come and get 3 points.
I mean, it was an unusual circumstance in which you came on. What were the instructions to you when you came on so early?
Just that there was a lot of space for me and Rodri to get on the ball, in between the lines, and just to do that as much as possible, keep the ball ticking over and turn the ball over as well, win it back off the two midfielders that we were marking. So that was it.
At half-time, you must have felt you'd done well, built a bit of a platform, but did you really anticipate what happened in the second half?
No, yeah, we did well first half. Created a few chances, but second half we've perhaps put the chances that we've created away. We've done brilliant in the second half, and even better to see the game out the way we did.
Yeah, some of the football. Could you sort of enjoy it yourself out there? Some of the football was brilliant.
Yeah, we've showed what sort of football we can play in the games previous to this, and again, going forward, we played some really nice stuff, which resulted in three brilliant goals to win the game.
Yeah, Patrick Bamford, people had asked before the Premier League season started whether Leeds needed another striker. He's answering that one really well at the moment, isn't he?
Yeah, three top finishes today. You know, he didn't have many more chances than that either. I think the 3 chances, you know, they had, he put away, and he put them away brilliantly. So yeah, he's on top form at the minute.
10 points on the board, double figures, 30 points closer to where you need to be, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just one game at a time. You know, we come every game to compete. We knew the sort of form that Villa were in, but every game that we participate in this league, we're looking to get all 3 points, and we're just happy to do that today here.
Whether we're in a stadium or not, there's no room for racism. Not out there, not in here. There's no room for racism.
No room for racism.
Anywhere.
Take a knee.
They kneel in unity.
But without actions,
Genuinely powerful sight.
there are just words. There's no room for ignorance or intolerance, for hate, for injustice, for sitting in silence, for doing nothing.
I'm ashamed, I'm embarrassed. We want equality in society and football.
We all need to do more. Challenge it.
The CCTV will find the perpetrator of that, and he will have a lifetime ban.
Report it. Change it. Premier League. No room for racism. Anywhere.
Marching on together. We are Premier League. Be ready for Leeds. Join the journey. Welcome, JD.
Well, it was a different game back then. The question is, Tim, are Leeds ready to return?
Has it been too long?
So Leeds, how's the football team doing?
The big leagues aren't ready for Leeds, man. They aren't ready for Leeds, man.
Well, here I am at Ellen Road as they get ready to welcome back top-flight football for the first time in 16 years.
Well, here we go then.
Leeds United is about more than football. It's about the culture. It's about loyalty. It's like the song says, it stays with you forever. The pride in pulling on that jersey, playing for the city and its people. That's why I always tell off my second home. Leeds United!
Do you have a match for the pitch, or do you need one? Hang on. Oh, no, I've got one there. You've got one? Yeah, yeah. Okay. Just going to go around just to make sure. No.
Well, a warm welcome along then to LUTV's coverage of Leeds United's under-23s versus Norwich City's under-23s. The game at Thorpe Arch. 12 o'clock kickoff is scheduled. And what is a decent day of conditions after yesterday's rain. Plays should be a little bit boggy in parts at Thorpe Arch, but of course Leeds will be doing all they can to get the ball down, play their football and try and catch the league leaders. Norwich City, as you can see, sit top of the table on 12 points, but a fabulous start after 5 matches played. Leeds not too sure of themselves, just the 5 points less and some difficult games. So well, last time out it was Reading, so hoping to return to winning ways. Leeds lost 3-2. It was a very young team though last time out away from home. Leeds have picked up the 7 points. They lost to Stoke on the opening weekend, but since then it's a draw against Wolves, back-to-back wins over Sunderland and Middlesbrough before last week's defeat to the Royals, as I said. Norwich top of the league after victories over Reading, Crystal Palace, Fulham and Stoke. Only Aston Villa have got the better of the Canaries, and it promises to be a really good game. Leeds have got a very strong team out today, a chance to see some first teamers with the first team not in action for a good week or so. So Leeds go with Casilla in goal. It is Drame, Davis, Pascal Stroik, Charlie Cresswell, Oliver Casey, Pablo Hernandez, Jack Jenkins, Ty Roberts, Rafinha and Yana Pervade. The subs today for the Whites: Elia Capril, Noan Kenner, Joe Gelhart, Stuart McKinstry and Niall Huggins. And for the Canaries, the two teams just make their way from the training complex to the pitch on the far side of Thorpe Arch. Norwich go with McCracken, Vaughan, Stewart, Omo Bam Edele, Tomkinson, Dronfield, Georgie, Macalia, Omotoy, Dixon Peters and Hondermark. The subs for David Wright's side is Nizet, Blair, Dennis Kumbeni and Milivojevic. So it's a really strong team, as we say. So we'll go through the starting 11 for Leeds in terms of formation. We believe it will be a back two of Cresswell and Oliver Casey. They're the two centre-backs that will sit. Of course, Pascal Stroik can play holding midfielder or drop into centre-half. And Leif Davis and Kurt Drame, as always, will charge down the two flanks in offering of support of Jan Poveda and Pablo Hernandez. We believe it's Jenkins and Rafinha in the middle, and Roberts will lead the line. But of course, this is Leeds. This is a team that can continuously switch formations, switch personnel, and with so many first teamers out, it could well be half-time changes will be made. So Leeds just about getting ready to get underway. This is the first of two back-to-back games on Sundays. Leeds play Crystal Palace next week. Norwich in action against Middlesbrough. Quite tough to judge this Norwich team in terms of who Leeds have played against, because they beat Reading comfortably, but as I say, Leeds did play with several under-18s players in their ranks that day. Just waiting for Norwich to be ready to get underway. So slow and steady, maybe trying a bit of mind games early doors. Leeds in their traditional white kits. We had the away kit worn last week against Reading. A reminder of the bench. Good to see Noan Kenner back out there after a recent injury. He's on the bench. Joe Gelhart a little unlucky to drop to the bench after some stellar performances so far this season. The same can be said for Elia Capril, Stuart McKinstry and Niall Huggins, but with the first team needing some extra minutes just to try and keep their fitness up. It's a big opportunity as Cresswell will lead the team and go across to speak to today's official. Further delay as we wait for the two teams to swap ends after a very quick coin toss. Pablo Hernandez just in front of us. We believe will occupy right midfield, but don't be surprised to see him and Rafinha switch, or Poveda. Big chance for Jenkins in there alongside these first team players to learn and grow a bit more. Had a very busy start to the campaign, been heavily involved. Strong breeze as Leeds finally get the go-ahead to get this game underway. Roberts to Rafinha, Drame across to Casey, and it is now at the feet of Kiko Casilla. And Leeds hopefully a good start to this game. They have had some up and down starts so far in the 23s Premier League 2 campaign. They were behind in the first few minutes against Stoke, but they really have shown some promise under Mark Jackson the last couple of weeks as Leeds battle down the left-hand side. Unfortunately pulled back for a pull on the shirt is Poveda. He'll wear number 11 today, and it just shows you his progression last season. The 23s coming into the fold, and now one of the main members of that first team off the bench. A few months have passed since, and Leeds certainly hoping he's got a bright future. Hopefully a good performance today in case he has to come off and maybe half-time get the minutes in and then watch from the stands as Leeds diffuse that long ball forward. He's now with Cresswell. Casey and Cresswell just The pass is nice and simply. Davis to Pascal Strike. He's a lovely Cruyff turn, but he's rocked straight into trouble. He did a better shout from a teammate there. This one intercepted by Poveda, and he's straight on the attack, trying to unleash the ball over the top to Rafinha. It's a good idea as well. And the keeper, which is John McCracken, will launch this ball down field. Leeds might have to just give it 5 or 10 minutes before feeding Norwich out, see if they can unpick them down either flank. This is a team that's certainly alive and confident. They're looking for 4 victories in a row, which is no mean feat at this level. Really is a competitive league. Leeds have certainly noticed the difference in quality. Rafinha walks into one, but he gets the ricochet to go in his favour and goes back to Casilla. We've seen glimpses of him so far this season since his summer move, but that pass at Villa Park on Friday night was hopefully something to build on. A really impressive cameo off the bench, as here is Cody Drame back to Hernandez, who also came off the bench against Villa. That's a beautiful ball to Roberts. Roberts, can he lob? The keeper floats it to the far post. Still not converted. Now it is, and Leeds will lead, and it's a really good team goal. Hernandez towards the far post. Looks like it's Poveda that has thumped it home, but Hernandez looking for Roberts, who just followed suit. A bit more air on the ball towards the far post. And Poveda fires into the back of the empty net, and Leeds lead by a single goal. Roberts does really well to stay on side. The right-sided centre-half of Norwich not only kept his opposite man Poveda on side, then he just mistimed the header. Leeds always had Norwich scrambling. And inside the first 5 minutes, we have our first goal. I said it might take them a few minutes to fill them out, but hopefully with this first team contingent out there, Leeds might can get a couple of goals wrapped up and certainly push their way up the PL2 table as Tyler Roberts and Poveda again. McCracken has to come out for this, and he launches it straight into the legs of Pascal Strike. Here is Jenkins, which dispossess him, or so they feel. It was Reece McAleer putting the tackle in. The referee's going to stop this one. He's going to make Pascal Strike take it again and into the correct spot. Casilla out towards Davis. Rafinha tries to get it under control, just beaten by 2 Norwich players. Back at right back. I have seen him play at centre half and right back so far this season. Good thing for him and for Leeds. He's looked very comfortable. A bit of a poor touch, wanted a teammate I think to take it off his feet, and now Norwich come forward. They've got an opening here, shot towards goal, and it's a very, very poor one. William Hondermark will certainly feel he should be doing better there. One-on-one with Kiko Casilla, and you've just got to try and test the keeper. He just tried to be far too cute, go for that very bottom corner, hasn't put his foot round it, and that's good news for Leeds, because just for a second slipped up in possession. Because Leeds were on the ball, Drame was a little bit higher up, and that's why he was slightly out of position. But a warning sign. It's just a real sign that Norwich are not going to go down without a fight today. There's a reason they're top of the table. Katie Kudrami, good first touch, good second just to get it away from his marker, which is Hondermark. See, it takes his time. Out to Davis, who again will look to really attack down the left flank. Beautiful feet from Davis. Poveda, another one that's got a bag of tricks up his sleeve. And here's another player that we can expect that from this season, Rafinha. Leeds flowing quite nicely, as expected. Davis has Rafinha as an option, uses him, and now Cresswell will take his time. He does love that crossfield pass, Charlie Cresswell. That occasion he decides against it. Casilla looks to try and use the wind and give it into Tyler Roberts, and they've worked really well. Roberts out to Poveda. Davis is coming on the overlap. He doesn't use him though, he uses Roberts instead. Roberts keeps the ball, knocks it back to Jenkins, who's going to try and side foot the ball back to him. It's unlucky, that from Jenkins. That's good strength as well from Norwich's number 9, which is Tom Dixon-Peters. Pablo Hernandez is intercepted now, and that's better work from Hondamar. But Leeds again with Rafinha, intense pressure. Hernandez ricochets that ball out for a throw-in, and Leeds' players certainly bang up for this, despite it being a 23s game. Some of them featuring for the first team just a few days ago. No sign of taking it easy. Norwich perhaps here will be pretty relieved that this is a free kick, something to just try and reassess, get their breath back, try and work Leeds out. Tonkinson intercepts high on halfway, runs into a bit of trouble though. A couple of touches too many perhaps, and now Norwich come forward. It's an end-to-end game so far. Neat footwork. Davis has been turned inside, but Stroy comes back to help him out. Norwich still come forward. Cresswell's got to be quick here and get across, and he is. Great defending, Charlie Cresswell. Now having the shot was Rhys McAleer. Dixon Peters involved again. Therese Omotoy holding the ball up, and Norwich going from left to right. Leeds had to be patient, couldn't commit any defenders too early, and Cresswell always looking over his shoulder. It's a good job he was there, otherwise I think it could well have been one apiece, unless Casilla could have pulled off a fine save. Norwich come again, Strike clears the danger, only as far as a throw-in. Cresswell then wins the header. Roberts unlucky, can't keep the ball in place. Another throw into today's visitors. And again, as Pavida gets his foot in to stop that pass back up the line. Cresswell marking tightly, he's got Pavida over there as well, Davis likewise. Yet another throw in for Norwich, but Leeds won't be too bothered about this, just keep them penned in. An opportunity to break comes, I'm sure they'll try and take it. Rafinha's got to be quicker to try and stop Dronfield getting to it, and he's noticed that. With the head of Rafinha towards Cresswell. Here's Jenkins, he's going to try and get the block in, and Jenkins does well. In fact, it's Casey, should I say, and he stops Therese Omotoy from having a shot towards goal. So Leeds concede the corner, but again, really good tight marking, nobody committing too early. If you've only just joined us here on LUTV on this Sunday afternoon, it is a goal from Jan Pavida. Hernandez's through ball over the top towards Roberts, who loops it to the far post, and Pavida smashing it in. Inside the first 3 minutes for Leeds. Big defensive bit of work to do now though. Underneath Casilla, Cresswell heads clear. Roberts is beaten in the tackle. That's a good touch from Casey, that's the second in quick succession. Now Hernandez tries to start an attack with a beautiful crossfield ball to Rafinha, who's got Davis charging down the line. He's going to use Leif Davis, he's got Pavida charging forward to get in the box. He's gone down, and he has got a free kick for Leeds. Great running from Davis. Very, very quick player, very strong as well. Gets to the right position, and I'm about to say there's not too many options unless Pavida can get to the near post. Just shows you the pace that Leeds break with. 3 passes ago, they're on the edge of their own box. Hernandez, Rafinha to Davis, and now Leeds have an attacking set piece of their own. Very awkward this free kick in terms of getting it up and over the wall. Not sure if they're going to try and test the keeper with a early ball into the box. You've got Hernandez, you've got Rafinha just to the side of him. Leeds might have a late runner into the box, but it is Hernandez to the far post, header towards the far corner. Leeds are claiming a corner. I'm not surprised to see Norwich claiming the goal kick, and it is the latter that is given.
Don't let the three shut you out. Don't head it there, mate. Yes, sir, freeze. Push in.
Nice and composed, that from Pascal Strike. Looks over both shoulders, looking to see if he can play the pass forward, but Casilla is the better option. Back to Casilla. It's a lovely ball from Casey straight back into Pascal strike again. Here is Cresswell. Casilla. Back to Cresswell once more. Rafinha dropping short, asking for the shorter pass. Ignored for now though. Here is Davis. Strike's come inside to help him out. That pass is wayward though, and he's been caught. Referee says free kick. Was a late challenge. Fingers crossed if Davis is good to go here. He's just going to slowly get to his feet, but little clip at the back of the ankle is always a sore one. Back on his feet, ready to play that ball to Cresswell, who for now just stays nice and composed in possession. No need to rush things. Casey. Jenkins has come short for him. Can't use him for now though, but he takes his time, and Casey's looked very assured on the ball. Here is Hernandez. Down the line he goes to Drame. He's got Roberts inside him, he's got Jenkins inside him, but Drame tries to take another touch. I think he needed to as well, but it's good pressurising from him. Keepers under pressure. Norwich do well. This was a little unfortunate. He's come flying out of defence, and the first touch has given Norwich a chance. Now Thorpe got to get back. Casilla goes to ground. Has he got a touch to it? Norwich fire wide. And the goal kick is given, and I think that's a pretty embarrassing suggestion from the Norwich player. He just wants to try and maybe make amends for his missed shot. He should be doing better. I think Casilla slips. Stroked as well to actually get pretty close to the Norwich player going forward. Casey likewise. Casilla slipped originally, and he's got to get that on target. That's 2 efforts now for Norwich. They'll be pretty unhappy about, and all strikers are going to ask for a corner when they've missed a chance like that. Only natural from Tom Dixon-Peters, so another player to watch out for though. Showed great pace there. Cresswell really unlucky as he steps out of defence. He did the right thing to try and meet it head on. Just a loss of balance, and that first touch going the opposite way. So Leeds have been warned twice now. They've still got the lead. Thanks to that Poveda strike in the first few minutes as Miglia comes forward. Running into Hondermark. Cresswell again, he gets up early. Sorry, Davis, should I say. Davis is now out of position at left back. He has to look over his shoulder, but as expected, watching Leeds, Poveda's got back to help him, and Tyler Roberts gets involved with a little shove. I think the referee's going to have just a quick word. Make sure Norwich take it in the right position. That was touched last off Cresswell, so Norwich get the throw in. It's into Georgie. Now out towards Vaughan. Cresswell steps up, so that's 2 interceptions in a row. This time the touch is better, he just takes his time. Strike into Jenkins, who needs a shout and gets one from Casey. Cresswell once more. Rafinha's just on his inside. Here is Davis. Good neat footwork from Davis to keep the ball in play. He was under pressure.
Be aggressive with it, Ollie! Be aggressive with it, Ollie!
Hernandez cross to Cresswell. Vader's now come central. Rafinha's now gone down the line. It's towards Davis, and Cresswell maybe gets caught with the option of 3 different passes, goes wayward. Now Rafinha back into the middle. That's the partnership we want to see so far. Rafinha and Poveda have linked up well. It was Roberts with Hernandez that got the goal for Leeds to set up Poveda. Rafinha dives on the loose pass. It's going to be fired out towards Hernandez, who will hope Drame is going to come on the overlap, and he offers that route. Floats the ball in. Oh, it's a beautiful pass from Hernandez, and Roberts is so unlucky not to get to it. Maybe the last little touch from the Norwich man just to nudge him to the floor, but a beautiful vision from Pablo Hernandez, as we always expect. The two nearly combined for a second goal, and there's another chance we've had in this first 16 minutes. It's been a good game, good tempo about it. This PL2 Division 2 clash. It's a poor ball out from McCracken. Rafinha beaten to it. Norwich a bit stronger in the tackle. Rafinha went with a turn first rather than putting his foot in. Hernandez with the high press. He's going to try and force the mistake out of John Field. That's another nearly loose ball from John McCracken. And he's obviously a suitable goalkeeper to be playing at this level, but perhaps under pressure. Oh, it's a beautiful turn from Boveda. I think that'll be the clip he asks for on the social media channels. Look like a nutmeg as Roberts goes out towards Boveda again. He's warming up into this tie nicely, is Tyler Roberts. Davis into Rafinha. This is brilliant from Leeds. Cut back. Jenkins. Oh, he's just a whisker away. Good defending from Norwich. Casey too good in the air, and he's had a really good game so far, Ollie Casey. Leeds will reset back with Cresswell. Strike into Roberts, good first touch. Now Rafinha going to try and get on the end of that pass. Just a little bit too far in front of him. Norwich coming forward. Kate has to stand big. Cresswell's there. Vital interception. Second time today. Charlie Cresswell's nipped in at the right time for Leeds. Norwich on the counter do look a really, really big threat. Certainly through the middle. Quite narrow as they come forward. Hoping to exploit any space they can as Cresswell and Davis work the ball from left back towards the centre of that defence, towards Casilla. Casey, the sun in his eyes, needs a bit of help. Over the top to Roberts. Great feet from Roberts again. Jenkins looks as if he's going to go down the right, decides against it. Rafinha certainly looking for the ball at all times in the middle. He plays another fantastic crossfield pass. Here is Davis. He's going to find Roberts. Roberts just can't adjust his body in time. That's a rush clearance though. And Hernandez isn't entertaining that high ball. John McCracken comes out. That's good goalkeeping. Rafinha back to Cresswell. So perhaps in another dimension of Rafinha. Of course, he's played a number of positions in his previous clubs, but can play on the wing, can play through the middle as number 10 in a different side today. As here is Roberts, spins his marker, now goes out towards Drame. He's got Jenkins on his inside. It's an early cross to the far post, headed up and away by Tonkinson. Now Norwich again straight away trying to counter and build as they come through with Honda Mark. Into Dixon Peters, he's got Cresswell all over him. Jenkins nips in, that's good defending from Leeds. Hernandez once more. And Hernandez always going quickly with that pass. Roberts had just stopped his run for a second. Well, Rafinha, furthest man forward for Leeds, trying to put the pressure on. Takes a little breather. That's a poor clearance out from Norwich, and it will be a Leeds throw-in. Cresswell to strike. He's got Casey. Hernandez. Jenkins is flying forward, but Hernandez is going to carry this a little further. Hernandez into space. Now tries to play the ball through to Roberts. It'll fall to Jenkins. Can he finish? Oh, hits it low and hard. Good save. Now Drame comes in on the action as well. Now can he pick a pass? Tries to float one to the far post. Out comes the keeper. And McCracken's done very well there for Norwich. Kept himself big to deny Jenkins. And that's good communication. Gets his defenders out of his way and stops Leeds from reaching the cross. Great support play from Jenkins in the number 8 shirt. Has to be box to box today to help out that attack, and I feel naturally he has to be a little bit deeper at times as well, with Rafinha playing up front alongside him in the number 10 shirt, but in the right place at the right time, as Leeds have looked really fluid so far. Here's Poveda, now the line to Rafinha, gets a little pull on the arm, and that stops him getting anywhere near that good smart defending from Ethan Vaughan in the Norwich number 2 shirts. Tomkinson to Vaughan. Pervader's gone across to mark him. Drumfield turns. There's a bit of space and time to go back to his centre half. McAleer alongside Jenkins in midfield. He wanted it. The two number 8s nearly clashing there. A strike to Davis. Casilla to Casey and back again. Pervader, lovely flick to Rafinha, and likewise now they go back to each other again, and Rafinha's got options. He goes cross field, picks the pass to Hernandez, who's got Drame. Now Pervader stops in his tracks, tries to offer a deeper option. Drame turns inside, it's a great run, goes for goal, and it's still in the palms of the keeper McCracken. Not too powerful enough though to creep under his body and into the corner, but Leeds again down this right hand side are looking so dangerous. Norwich come forward. Cresswell, I think, just uses his face to block that, didn't have enough time to try and head it away. Norwich certainly playing with fire. They're happy to try and absorb the pressure from Leeds, and then once they've diffused it, try and attack themselves, and it's ambitious from a team that certainly arrived at Thorpe Arch today with confidence, as Jenkins has picked the pocket of McAleer. Now he tries to pump forward into Roberts. Roberts had to be told a little quicker there. The pass slightly behind him. Strike intercept. He's got Pervader on the left. And now they slow it down with Davis. Pervader once more. Into Rafinha. Pervader just clipped as he gets the ball away. Hernandez through the ball, and somehow nearly gets it through to Tal Roberts again. Tries to pick the impossible angle. I think the offside flag's gone up against Roberts, and it has. It wouldn't have counted anyway. Could have shot there, Hernandez, but tried to sandwich it through. And a whisker away from doing so. Strike will cover. Casillas come out to try and help him, and that's a good quick passing in from Pervader across the face of goal, though it's a risky pass and it's intercepted and fired in, and Hondermark has scored. But Norwich are going to be pulled back for a clip on Pervader and a late lunge, and it's very, very lucky that that's the case, because it was a pass you always get taught not to do. Never go across your own box. Initially, let's hope Pervader's okay, because it looked like a strong enough follow through. But that pass that left Leeds very exposed. Hondermark, the man that's fired in. So Norwich did well there. They pressed high. They could see the situation unfolding. And this time Hondermark, unlike his first effort, he fired wide. That time he put it straight down the mixer, straight down the middle, into the box, and Leeds get away with them. They've been won 3 times, but I can't deny that Norwich have not been a little lucky themselves. Leeds have played some beautiful football so far. We're past the halfway point of this first half. Strike with a tackle. It's a little unlucky as Omotoy comes forward. McAleer's going to pick up the pieces in midfield. Towards Stewart. He's got time to cross it. And it goes over the top, and Leeds can take a little breather. A few players trying to talk to each other, Casilla and Cresswell in particular. Strike to Casey. And is coming inside for a few moments, trying to get Leeds ticking over a bit. Cresswell to Rafinha. Roberts. Pervader gliding down the left. He's got the wrong side of Vaughan, but Vaughan tries to muscle him off the ball and has done so. Now Davis has got to get back, and Norwich will counter, or at least try to. McAleer here. Jenkins the closest to him in the lead shirt. Here is Stewart. Try again. Number 9 being forced back by Casey, who stays close to his number 9 opposite number, stalks him away, and the man marking evident there as ball's played forward. Dramé steps up, gets a slight touch perhaps under his boot, and recovers possession as Casilla finds Hernandez. Hernandez in the middle to strike. Good touch out of his feet to find Cresswell. Cresswell out on the left then to Davis. Rafinha finds Poveda. He drives the dart into the box as Poveda swings the ball to the far post. Hernandez is going to eventually reach it. He's got Dramé on the overlap. He's going to try and find him. Can he get his foot around this ball? Takes a deflection. And the keeper, McCracken, a good few times now in a row, he's thwarted Leeds, and he reacts quick. Makes sure it doesn't creep in at his near post. And the scoreline remains Leeds United 1, Norwich City 0.
Tom, you can get it, Tom.
Stewart with the nutmeg on Hernandez. Hernandez brings him down. The best time challenge from Pablo Hernandez, and the referee's going to give him no warnings. Well, I think he's just trying to point to the ref to tell him that's his first. Referee not agreeing. Not wise to nutmeg Pablo Hernandez. Not wise indeed. Stewart might have to feel the wrath of that if Pablo Hernandez stays on the pitch. And still the game can't go on because the official wants a word with Hernandez, who he's still not entertaining the fact that he's going to be carded. So let's see how this one pans out. Can Hernandez get his own back? Clear over the top. Cresswell, Casilla deals with it. Now he balls the ball out to Strike, who's going to try and pick a pass from that left-hand side of defence. This is Jenkins. Needs to be quick here, Jenkins, and he is. Gets the shout from his teammates. Rafinha again popping up in all sorts of spaces. He was on the left, he's now on the right there. Strike's got to be quick. Norwich are going to try and dispossess him. Jenkins follows up as well. Now Strike's got to adjust and get back. Pablo Hernandez gets in there, so does Jenkins, and the referee said it's a free kick. Hernandez needs to calm himself down a little. He's about to launch that ball to the other side of Thorpe Arch. Couldn't quite tell who was the culprit. Could have been a Jenkins and Hernandez sandwich in all fairness. I do think it's the former that's caught him though. And the fact he tapped him on the ankle suggests it was Jenkins that clipped him.
Early. Good, Pablo. Second phase. Keep him up in front, Jenk. Second phase.
Davis clears. Rafinha gets his head to it. It's behind Hernandez though, but he's going to go chase it. It's Rafinha. And a beautiful back heel to keep the ball in play to Casey. Hernandez, Rafinha, that's brilliant, Leeds. And now they're away down this right-hand side. Rafinha, the architect at first. He skips in. Will he go for goal? Deserves to do so. Deflected into the hands of the keeper. Perhaps in hindsight he might have gone for the pass, but the back heel, the pass from Casey, the flick from Hernandez, Leeds deserved to go all the way and score there. It would have been a highlight reel finish. Not to be, but another potential sign of what we're going to see from Rafinha in the first team alongside the likes of Hernandez. Norwich player stays down. That ball's a bit ambitious, a bit too early. "15 minutes ago of this first half.
Get across, D, help him. Onside, C.
Two goalkeepers in a changing passes. That's a poor clearance out from Norwich, and now Casilla can build out from the back himself. He wants a new ball. Casilla is not happy with the one that was behind the goal. Cresswell, the easiest option. Strike tells him to go back to Casilla, but for now he listens. Just for a second thought he was going to go the other way, but Leeds happy to go back to their keeper. No real pressure from Norwich in terms of running at the Leeds stopper today. And that will be another Leeds throw. Poveda the intended target. Davies playing very high. Noticed a few times he's been beyond Poveda. So Leeds having to adjust and work hard for each other. It's a great throw in from Davies to find Rafinha. Might have to try and cut back here. Roberts has realised that, but he still keeps ball. Goes to the floor. Said he was pushing the chest. Nothing given by the official. Strike comes through the back of the Norwich player. Does get a touch, but the referee judges that he had to use the foul first before hooking the ball round. Poveda claiming this Leeds should have got the call earlier doors. It's really been pretty busy the last few minutes. Lots of tackles coming in. And the call goes Norwich's way. Hernandez gets a touch to it. Casey again. The vital interception. Leeds centre-half's been busy. Casey's looked very tidy on the ball. Cresswell's had to do a bit more last-ditch defending on the other flank. He's under immense pressure here. What a turn, Cresswell. Now he's got to get rid of it. He's going to try and ride the challenge. He goes past a couple. Now Leeds work the way out, and Norwich have got several numbers forward, so if they can react here, Leeds, they've got the bodies. Poveda, is he pulled to the floor? The referee says not. Just wouldn't sit that for Jan Poveda. It just kept bobbling awkwardly. And Norwich managed to force him away from danger, but Casey's touch takes him away from Omotoy, and here is Drame. Hondermark behind him. Goes back to Casilla. Leeds will regroup on what's been an entertaining first 30 minutes or so of football as Davis has space. Poveda asking for it on his inside. Davis picks the pass to Rafinha, who brings it under control, tries to go past the defender. That last touch just a little bit too much, but he wins a corner.
Okay, Josh, you're okay. You're okay.
Rafinha and Hernandez stood over it.
Tom, be alive. He might go around the back.
It does appear that Rafinha's going to go straight for this, and now Pablo has moved away. That would be pretty evident. Now, can Rafinha pick out a fellow white shirt? Dummies at first, low and hard, it's into Roberts. And it's a set piece that they'll not want to revisit. Straight out of play for a goal kick, and I think once Rafinha had stepped up once, he probably should have readjusted, but easy for us to say. Kraken goes long, and good few times he's done that. Leeds have certainly been able to cope with it. That's not the greatest conclusion for Leeds, though. It's a throwing deep in their own half, and not sure whether that's a Norwich tactic to try and pump the ball long, because they have gone long a few times. They haven't won the headers. The wind is behind McCracken. It's not worked out too badly for the Canaries because they've penned Leeds in. And now the likes of Strike, Poveda, Jenkins, even Drame in the number 2 shirt, and now they've decided against this. Cresswell's going to take. If Davis does have a terrific leap on him, but he's not needed here, as Strike is the intended target from Cresswell. Roberts nips in. Strike needs to be quick, and he is. And now Rafinha, advantage played by the referee because Roberts was taken out in back play. Hernandez, he's got Jenkins on his inside, he's got Rafinha, dummied. Here's Poveda. Poveda tries to play Rafinha, another dummy. Jenkins, can he get it away? He's still scrapping away. Hernandez, back to Poveda on his stronger left foot, goes for goal. Good save, really good save down to his right hand side from John McCracken. And Leeds just at the last second got the space they needed. and Poveda denied for what would have been his second of the afternoon, and it's still just a single goal to nil. All credit to the Norwich keeper, he's grown into this game. A shaky start, but some good saves since. Stayed big, watched the run, he had to just switch to his right hand side, he moved left for a very split second. Corner to come for Leeds, strikes in there, Cresswell, Casey, it's towards the far post. And as far as Jenkins goes back towards Hernandez with beautiful bit of chest control. Davis, Stewart dives too early trying to put the block in, and Leeds perhaps will try and work it through this little channel. Poveda again, nifty footwork from him. Hard to keep a track where the ball's gone at times, as the ball from Davis to the far post, and Cresswell needs to be quick. He's very strong as well. He turns Honda mark. He's got an inside runner in Roberts. Roberts into the box, across the face. It's cleared away by the Norwich man. I was going to say perhaps offside against Roberts. It is the corner. The referee backing his linesman. Not that the Norwich defence agree. Hernandez comes across to take the latest set piece for Leeds. The last one from this position was from Rafinha. It didn't work out very well, so Hernandez, you feel, will go with a bit more loft. This time he does go low and hard. It's an intended pass towards Rafinha. Hernandez just looks a little glum and surprised that didn't work out. He's going to get a second go at it though. Third time lucky perhaps for Leeds. This time he does float it to the far post. Cresswell meets it. He's frustrated at himself, Charlie Cresswell. That's where he comes alive in the box. Often a target for Leeds at corners or free kicks, and he heads it past the post. And Leeds still leading by that goal to nil. If you're only just tuning into LUTV, Poveda's goal in the 3rd minute opened the scoring. It was Hernandez's through ball to Roberts, who looped it to the far post for Poveda. Leeds have had a real handful of chances since. The likes of Poveda, Rafinha, Roberts, Hernandez have all tried their hand. Drame, Jenkins, all put charging forward, and Norwich have had a goal disallowed. Hondermark with a foul in back play on Poveda as he tapped into an empty net. As Norwich get the throw in here, as the wind continues to blow at Thorpe. Will certainly affect the tactics in the second half. Leeds obviously playing with it on their back and hoping to try and use it to their advantage. Norwich have not been able to do so just yet. Hondermark gets a touch to it, but it's not strong enough. Rafinha nips in, and now he's bursting forward. Hernandez to Jenkins, wanted to trouble Jenkins. It was Stewart that intercepted. Back and clears towards the left wing, where Montoya will be stood, and he's drifted really well out there to the left flank for the Norwich number 9. Roberts. Well, defensively, oh, it's a peach of a ball into Rafinha. He's got Poveda alongside him. He dummies once. Can he go? He can. Really good goal from Leeds, and Rafinha sends the keeper the wrong way. And it's a really smart finish. Roberts, all the hard work, won the ball back, played the pass, and he gets a goal for what's been a fabulous first 40 minutes. Leeds United 2, Norwich 0. Poveda, great support play, and just at the very last second that pass, he's so far onside Rafinha. Little shimmy to his right, and that's a neat finish. Keeper always expecting it to go high, but he's just put the ball along the ground into that bottom corner, and he really has shown a different array of his game, different set of skills, some passing, some movement, and the hard-working defence not going to notice as well, I'm sure, among the Leeds United fans. Often dropping in to pick up any loose passes in what you'd normally find a deep midfield role, as Cresswell's under pressure. Tries to turn the marker, but just runs into trouble. He's unlucky there, Cresswell. It was only one touch, I think, away from getting out of trouble.
out for your work. Open your body.
Come on, Johnny, come on, Johnny.
Poveda again gets through an impossible gap, tries it a second time. Norwich squeeze up though and make sure it's intercepted. Norwich will now get a throw in. It is with Ethan Vaughan. On into Hondermark. Drame again just stalking his marker, not letting him go as Davis nips in. Offside's going to go up against Omotoy, and Cresswell showed the strength to hold him off anyway. He needs to take it quickly, maybe looking for that third goal before half time. With the first team players in action, could well have some scheduled subs already pre-planned. Of course, could be 20 minutes for some of them, with the game not for a while as Rafinha comes forward looking for Drame. It was great football again from Leeds. Jenkins at the heart of it that time. Now Norwich trying to counter them because Drame was high up the pitch, so Casey's had to come across. Strike's got into centre half, the ball over the top. It was very wayward. And Josh Georgie, if Davis goes across and concedes the corner. Georgie not happy at something.
Jan, just have a look again. Jan, just have a look again. Switch on. Hey, switch, Jan, switch.
Has got both arms aloft before he drops that ball, so the signals come to the Norwich attack. They know their set piece routine. So he gets a slight touch to it. Poveda has to be quick and gets away somehow. Poveda. It's close control, breathtaking at times, and he nips away from another one as Ronfield can't get to him. That time the pass is a little too high, and the conditions is not really worked that very well, but Strike helps him out and gives it to Hernandez. Hernandez going to go for goal, and it's just over the top from Pablo Hernandez. I think it's drifted a little wide as well. Would say it's an ambitious effort for some players, but can't really say that when Pablo Hernandez hits it from there. We all know it can go in, so he's probably more annoyed than anything else it's not found the top corner. Still just the 2 goals. And again, another goal kick from Norwich comes to nothing. Perhaps an area of the game they'll try and improve in the second half, but even at 2-0, Leeds will feel they're not comfortable. They'll know Norwich are a threat. They have had 2-0 leads this season taken away from them. Wolves, the game that really will be frustrated the entire 23 staff. Hopefully learnt their lessons. They've got a really good first half here though. Struck across to Casey. Norwich keep that ball in play. Good touch from Casey again. I think he's handled Omotoy so well. See, it nearly slips once more. He nearly slipped for one of the first Norwich chances, and Casey's just told him to quieten down and calm down. No need to panic. Perhaps a change of footwear needed at the interval as the ball's played up to Strike and he gets it away. Casilla now is going to let that ball trickle out of play and kill a bit more time. Into stoppage time and just waiting for the official to blow up for the first half. Had a couple of players go down, nothing major though. And of course the 2 goals means we'll get a little bit of stoppage time, but it is just the 1 minute. So really good first half that for Leeds. They open the scoring in the 3rd minute with Poveda Hondermark had a goal disallowed for Norwich, but Leeds have had some great chances. The likes of Jenkins, Rafinha, Poveda. Rafinha got the second goal in the 41st minute, and the Leeds first teamers have really impressed out there today. Leeds lead the league leaders by 2-0 at half-time.
Calvin, Leeds United Premier League Fantasy 5-a-side team, £15 million budget only, and as you can see, players categorised into positions and different price ranges as well. So, are you ready for this, Calvin? Give me your first player.
I'm going to go with Mark Beanie as my goalkeeper.
Cheap with the goalkeeper?
Yeah, he's a cheap option. I think I need to keep it cheap at the start and then maybe splash out a little bit towards, you know, my midfield and my strikers. I'm going to throw in Gary Kelly. You know, I'm very friendly with Gary Kelly. I know him quite well, and he texts me, you know, quite often, nearly every other game. So wishes as well, and you know, obviously he was a great player as well. So I'm going to go with one of my favourites, Gary Kelly. It's going to have to be David Batty.
It was never in doubt that. Why David Batty?
Just because, obviously, you know, he was a great player. He's a, you know, my position. He, you know, fought for everything like I do, and I think we share the same birthday as well, to be fair. 8 mil. I'm gonna go Aaron Lennon. He's a quite cheap option, but he's obviously, you know, he was a great player for Leeds, and you know, I think quite a few of my family know his family as well. So I'm gonna keep it local and, you know, go with a family friend. I'm gonna go Tony Bower. Just because I can just remember some of the screamers that he scored, and you know, I'm a player that likes scoring screamers, even though I don't score many often. But yeah, he was a great player as well, and he's one of my favourites. I always, whenever, you know, I see his goals, I always, you know, wish what it'd be like to score a goal like that, and you know, hopefully maybe one day I'll be able to do that.
Whether we're in a stadium or not, there's no room for racism. Not out there, not in here. There's no room for racism.
No room for racism.
Anywhere.
Take a knee.
They kneel in unity.
But without actions,
Genuinely powerful sight.
they were just words. There's no room for ignorance or intolerance, for hate, for injustice, for sitting in silence, for doing nothing.
I'm ashamed, I'm embarrassed. We want equality in society and football.
We all need to do more. Challenge it.
The CCTV will find the perpetrator of that, and he will have a lifetime ban.
Report it. Change it. Premier League. No room for racism. Anywhere.
That was very good.
Today we're using the appeal of Leeds United and the appeal of the Premier League Primary Stars resources to encourage children to think about and celebrate diversity within the school and in the wider context of the community and the city of Leeds. We've delivered a couple of workshops. The first one was a question and answers with our first team player, Tyler Roberts, who really acted as a source of inspiration for the children, sharing his experiences and I suppose demonstrated humility through that as well, which the children received really well.
Where did you grow up? What was it like? Was it a diverse community?
Yeah, it was definitely diverse. A lot of people with a lot of different backgrounds, kind of like what yous are at now.
Have you ever experienced racism in your life or career? If you did, how did it make you feel and how did you react to it?
There was one time when I was younger and there was a bit of racism that happened, and I was with a group of friends at a football team, and one of them stepped in and said to the other person, like, no, it's not right that you say that. But it was nice to know that I had people that were supporting me and had my back.
How important is it for young people to understand the value of a diverse society?
It's very important. Like I said, a lot of you are from different backgrounds, so it's important that you all understand that, but then you're all together and you're all nice to each other and enjoy every moment that you spend together.
How can non-black friends spot their black friends experiencing racism?
I think you've just got to be helpful to them and talk to them, be nice to them, and yeah, just ask them what they're going through, ask them questions and make sure that they're okay all the time.
Hi Tyler.
Hello, you alright?
Yeah, good, sorry. Black people have made a massive contribution to the game of football. Why is it important that this is showcased and celebrated?
I think it just shows that not just in football but in lots of sports that everybody's equal and everybody can make a difference in life and in sport. So it just shows that we're all the same, we're all humans, and we should all just be proud of that and happy to be together and push each other on.
Marching on together. We are Premier League. Be ready for Leeds. Join the journey. Welcome, JD.
Well, it was a different game back then. The question is, Tim, are Leeds ready to return? Has it been too long?
So Leeds, how's your football team doing?
The big leagues aren't ready for Leeds, man. They aren't ready for Leeds, man.
Well, here I am at Ellen Road as they get ready to welcome back top-flight football for the first time in 16 years.
Well, here we go then.
Leeds United is about more than football. It's about the culture. It's about loyalty. It's like the song says, it stays with you forever. The pride in pulling on that jersey, playing for the city and its people. That's why I always tell off my second home, Leeds United!
Welcome back then to LUTV's coverage of this Premier League 2 Division 2 clash, Leeds United versus Norwich City 23s. The second half action will be coming up once the players do return to the fold. A little bit late out of the tunnel on the training facility at Thorpe. A couple of subs warming up for Leeds, and of course we do expect changes to be made to that first 11 that started the game. A number of first teamers in the mix in the first 45 minutes, but if you are only just tuning into LUTV and you missed the first 45 minutes, Leeds United took the lead through Poveda. A ball over the top from Hernandez to Tyler Roberts, who lofted the ball to the back post before Poveda took his time, waited for a couple of bodies to fall in his path and fired it into the far corner. Leeds did have a number of chances apart from that. We had Jenkins, Rafinha, Poveda and Hernandez all going pretty close for Leeds, but for Norwich had a few warning signs of their own towards Leeds' defence. Hondermark missed an open net, Dixon Peters fired wide, and then Hondermark also scored, which was a disallowed goal. Poveda was clipped on the ankle and the referee brought the play back, but Leeds were helpless and it was a free tap-in front of an empty net. But Leeds then punished them. Tyler Roberts, his superb defensive work, won the ball back in his own half. Little floated ball over the top to Rafinha, who used the run of Jan Poveda alongside him to just confuse the defence of Norwich and slot the ball into the bottom corner. This will be a huge win for Leeds. They have got a number of first teamers out there, so you would like to expect a good performance, but we have seen first teamers drop into the 23s and it hasn't clicked as well as perhaps we would like. So still a job to do against a very, very accomplished young Norwich team who are top of the table. 12 points from their first 5 matches. 3 wins in a row for the Canaries. They've beaten Crystal Palace, Fulham and Stoke. They've kept 4 clean sheets in 5. Only Stoke were the ones to score past them, and Leeds losing to Reading and Stoke. You looked at this as a pretty big game, but not to be so far. Pretty comfortable. Still at 2-0. As I mentioned in the first half, you would feel that Leeds would need a third. They have conceded 2 when leading against Wolves. So Mark Jackson knows all about the fact that this team needs to stay sharp for the full 90. Still waiting for the players to return. And slowly but surely, they are going to trickle their way round. Norwich were a little late for the first half. We did get underway a few minutes late. Now Leeds' players are ready for the second. We'll bring you the changes should we get any at half time. It's not too common, of course, that Leeds do have a big break. They had 2 games in a week, Monday and Friday, first team. So it could be that we do see no changes for a first few minutes. Rafinha, Hernandez are still out there, so is Tyler Roberts and Poveda. Kiko Casilla is making his way across to goal, so could well be it's as we were. So the teams for Leeds, I'll run you through the squad on the bench we have out there today. It's Casilla, Cresswell, Casey, Drame, Stroik, Davis, Jenkins, Poveda, Rafinha, Roberts and Hernandez. Hernandez did get a yellow card in that first half, so fingers crossed he doesn't have to get into any more trouble in the second. After what has been a few minute delay, these players, is a Sunday after all, a little slow to get going. And Leeds' players perhaps needing that little rest after that intense first half. Of course, showed their peak fitness levels on Friday against Villa. Ready to go again and hopefully get the 3 points as Norwich get us back underway. I did mention the wind in the first half, and Leeds playing it behind them now and hopefully coming off, and that pass from Norwich did look a little under hit. It's good news for Leeds as Davis now gets possession. Strike to Roberts. Roberts goes to Poveda. Strike's charging forward. Poveda ignores him for now, still keeps the ball. Poveda inside to Hernandez, tries to get the ball through. Again, two defenders in his way, but somehow managed to get a slight touch as Leeds' centre half there, which is Cresswell, slipped. Nothing too severe though, because Casey was on hand to offer him a helping hand, and now Davis in possession for the Whites. Crossfield to Rafinha. He's going to get there, the second scorer for Leeds today. Back to Hernandez, who just for a second was going to play that pass, delays it instead. Now Drame. Poveda's asked for it at near post. He's found him. Drame unlucky, just couldn't get the touch. Great run from Jan Poveda. Was pointing where he wanted it. Drame picked him out. Sal Roberts wins a free kick. The Norwich defence are not happy about that decision. So who's going to take this? We've got a whole host of potentials. We've got Pablo Hernandez, you've got Rafinha. They're the two that have certainly called rank over this, and naturally to the right of the box it would favour the left foot over the wall. But with Hernandez lurking, you can never rule him out. So Rafinha has a goal. Hernandez has set up another. Can either of them get Leeds off to the perfect start in the second half? It is Rafinha, it is towards the near post, and it's just wide. A bit too much spin on that. But a decent effort all the same from the recent recruits. Good power on it. Poveda was making his run towards the near post, but you can tell by the keeper's reaction, John McCracken, that it wasn't too close to goal. He never really reacted or panicked. Casey comes across. He has to try and dispossess Dixon Peters. It's a good tackle from Casey. Stroik gets the ball down the line, gets the deflection he wants, and Leeds win the throw-in. On the line for Poveda. Heavy touch, didn't have anybody with him really, so it's never going to be easy for Poveda to bring it under control. Casilla to Cresswell. Cresswell has started this second half at right centre half. He was playing the opposite side in the first 45 as he's found Rafinha. Jenkins on the inside. Drame offering a helping hand on the outside. It's just a misplaced pass. He's done so well to keep that ball in. Keeps the attack going, albeit a little stuttered, as here is Rafinha to Hernandez. Gets the ball through. Roberts is going to take over this towards the far post. It's steered away by a Norwich defender, and it will be another Leeds corner. Just a shame for Leeds that Roberts would have been in the box for the Drame cross, but he'd come across for an inside pass, so I felt it was better for him to take over. Leeds were always lacking in numbers. They're not now though. There's 6 white shirts on the edge of the box, 7 if you include Hernandez. Now 8 as Jenkins just creeps in as well, as Rafinha towards the far post. Stroik and Casey the targets. It's over all of those heads. Stroik just outmuscles his marker. Does he win Leeds the throw-in? He's denied. Here is Poveda. Little ball through. Impossible gap. Roberts, perhaps a double nutmeg there. It's out towards Rafinha. Great football again from Leeds. Picks his spot. Keeper saves. Good effort again from Rafinha. Good strong hands from John McCracken in the Norwich goal. Leeds' first team is clicking ever so well on the edge of the box, and these Norwich youngsters will be learning a thing or two from them. They're certainly still in this game as well, as Leeds concede a goal kick, and Norwich's academy looking pretty fruitful as well. Team top of PL2 Division 2. They can continue this run. It could be some good battles across the season with Leeds. Cracker, that's a poor clearance. It's Roberts that's intercepted. Leeds, the high press, have worked their way into this great situation. Roberts looking for Rafinha. He's just too much power on that pass. Cracker will probably feel he won't get another chance at that. He might just go long and playing it short. I think he's going to tell his teammates to get themselves downfield. That was a risky ball, and Leeds punished them, or certainly intercepted, and could have punished them further. They look like they are going to try a shorter option. I can clear. It's up towards Omotai. It's good strength from him. He holds off Davis, and now it's with Hondamak. To Nicolia. Got time and space, a bit too much time really. Out towards Vaughan. Vaughan's control is good towards the near post. Casey has to come across and deal with it. That ball hasn't gone out yet though. Strike has to watch himself. It has trickled out of play now for a Norwich corner. 7 minutes into the second half. Headed clear by Roberts. Potential counter on here for Leeds if Rafinha can get it away. Nutmegs into Roberts. Poveda through the middle. He's got Jenkins and Hernandez to the left hand side. Roberts continues to carry it. It is with Jenkins. He's got Hernandez on the overlap. Leeds. Hernandez across the face. Just couldn't generate enough power. But another thrilling counter attack ends in a Leeds United corner. All started by Rafinha. Roberts with a header as well. And then get up into the attack. It shows the pace he brings to the team. Hernandez's corner towards the near post. I don't think Leeds' players are ready. Strike's gone down. Nothing too serious. I think it's just a slip. Rafinha takes this quickly into Cody Drame. Back to Cresswell. Strike to Poveda. Poveda goes cross-field looking for Rafinha. Good defending from Norwich. Stewart, that's a potential back heel, but Drame intercepts. Now he's got Jenkins on his inside. He is going to try and tee him up. Jenkins goes for goal, deflected. Will he get a second chance? He won't. It'll fall to Casey. And now Strike, he's got Poveda down the left. Hernandez on his inside. Poveda goes for another cross-field pass. I think he's got too much slice on that and it has trickled out. Just bounced the wrong side of the goal line. And Norwich will get the goal kick. But Poveda, first half, was so a bit more direct. He was going with the tricks to get to where he wanted. This time, early passes across the pitch. And that's more good defending from him there to force this throw-in at 2-0 to Leeds. Cresswell to Davis. Davis to Poveda. Another trick. Potentially another nutmegs again. He's toyed them out there at times today, Jan Poveda, as Drame gets the ball across to Rafinha. Advantage play. Drame caught slightly as he goes. Oh, it's unlucky. The ball hits the heels of Cody Drame from Rafinha's pass, and now Leeds have to scramble across. Across comes Casey. He said he wins the ball. The Norwich player, I think, was certainly caught there. Gets to his feet and no complaints from him. It's a good thing to see. Tom Dixon-Peters, if he was caught, no complaints, just getting on with matters. Heavy touch from Hondamak in midfield, so Jenkins takes it from him. Now we hit Hernandez. Hernandez from right to left. A striker who's going to try and play the ball. He's apologised to Tal Roberts, which suggests to me that that was an attempted pass. Would have been some goal from Pascal Struijk, I'll give him that. He's got it horribly wrong though, as we are going to see our first change, and it is Matt Dennis that's going to come on for Norwich to replace Josh Gurji, who we've barely mentioned today. He's one of Norwich's better players, so they'd have kept him quiet. He's had a good start to the season. Play with bags of potential. Cresswell to Hernandez. Cresswell puts his head in where it hurts again. Referee says no free kick, as Dennis did try and back out of that. Davis to Casilla. Dennis is on the attack straight away, putting the pressure on. He thinks Leeds can be caught out in possession. Jenkins, little pull on the shirt. Referee letting the play go again as Roberts comes forward. Just has to stop and check his run into Hernandez. Hernandez to Stroy, back inside to Poveda. Might want to go quick here, Poveda, he does. But he skies the ball into the cage behind Thorpe Arch, and it's frustrated look on his face. I think he knows he should be doing better. Going to some great positions though today, Jan Poveda.
I'll get Leeds to do it. Yeah, I'll get Leeds to do it. Come back, I'll get Leeds to do it.
It's twice now Norwich have used this rather unique goal kick routine to let the centre-half take it for the keeper. It hasn't worked either time. Leeds are looking to try and exploit it as Davis to Poveda. He's got options inside him. One of them is Roberts. Roberts is going to go for goal. It's blocked by Mekele, who has to put a really strong right foot behind that ball. And they've run into trouble of Norwich again. They're playing out from the back. Across comes Casey. Casey's first touch was really good. His second just a little too powerful. Cresswell's there to recover for his centre-back centre-back teammate as Davis goes back to Casilla. Really have been impressed with Ollie Casey today. Likewise, a lot of these Leeds starting 11, but Casey playing at centre-half as Dramé nips him with another important tackle. Pascal Struijk comes in again, then he rides the challenge of another one. Referee's going to give advantage. He's done really well there, Pascal Struijk. And now here comes Poveda. Jenkins over the left-hand side. Poveda keeps it, drops the shoulder, tries to play in Roberts, and it was just a little bit too clever, a little bit too smart there from Leeds. And that's another risky pass out from the back, and Vaughan, hospital ball from the keeper. Struijk tries to go for the killer ball through the middle, and he's a little unlucky. Put plenty of fizz behind that one, Pascal Struijk. He's popping up everywhere in this second half. We're nearly halfway through the second 45 minutes as here comes Rafinha. Picks another really nice ball out to Dramé. He's got Pablo Hernandez on his inside. Ignores him for now. It's back to Rafinha. To Roberts. Offside against Roberts as Jenkins goes for goal. Another great ball from Rafinha again, who, as we expect, he's enjoying himself out there. He's playing well against a young Norwich team. That's what you want to see, but it's all about fitness and minutes coming through unscathed for these players, getting to know each other a bit better. Dennis brings down Leif Davis. Fernandez was looking for Roberts, but that pass goes wayward, so Norwich build out from McCracken. Intercepted by Struijk once more. Into Hernandez. Hernandez floats the ball. Oh, it's a really good ball. Rafinha towards goal. Just can't get over it. But Pablo Hernandez again picking the pass. Great run from Rafinha to stay on side as well. And that is going to be the last action of this game for Pablo Hernandez. A great run out. Hopefully come through it unscathed and replaced by the number 16, Stuart McKinstry. Would have been some way to buy out of this 23s game. That beautiful ball into the box, but Rafinha just denied. As now Leeds come forward again, a chance for Roberts. Straight down the throat of the keeper. Could be annoyed with himself there, Tyler Roberts, as strike comes up again. McKinstry looking like he's occupying the left-hand side of midfield, the winger role, which we know he can do so well in. Clear his passes, poor strike gets in there. Now he tries to follow it up. He's done well, the Norwich man. He's put everything into that tackle. Leeds are a bit stretched here as Norwich come forward. Try the ball in behind. A couple of handball appeals from Leeds, offside as well. Drame, the main antagoniser of that, he's trying to tell the referee what he believes was right. Poveda tries to trick his way down the line. He slips at the very last second. Then he goes and gets the ball back off Stewart. Leary again. He's got time and space here. Drame tries to narrow it down. Casilla tips it away. Good stop from Kiko Casilla. Norwich got a bit of life about themselves at the moment. First real chance in this second half for them to dig in and try and get a goal. As Casey just toe bungs the ball away. Not very crafty clearance, a bit orthodox and old school attempt, just trying to clear his lines and restart as McKinstry looking for Roberts. It's all got very scrappy out there. And Casey calms things down. Kiko comes across and Casilla deals with it before going to find Cresswell as we passed the hour mark now. Both goals coming in the first half. If you're just sitting down to watch us here on LUTV, Poveda and Rafinha, the two goal scorers. And it's Rafinha here trying to put pressure on. Into Vaughan. Casey stops him.
Recognise when you have to go, if Tyler goes, you don't need to go, you can stay. Can't have two doing that. He's alright, he's alright. He's getting his shin pads out. He just his shin pad, that's all.
Just waiting for the referee to be 100% happy with things here. He's eventually giving Vaughan the go-ahead. Good header from Cresswell. Likewise from strike. It's up to Rafinha. That'll fall to Roberts. Good feet from Tyler Roberts to go and find McKinstry. McKinstry tries to go on his own again. McCleary tries to give him a quick pull and does just enough to knock him off balance, but not enough to dispossess Leeds as McKinstry's asking for it in behind. Roberts keeps it, goes for goal. Keeper spills, and Rafinha not able to dive on it. The keeper, John McCracken, has done enough to just recover his original slip-up. Good work from Casey. Stops Therese Omatoy from getting to the ball. Drame to Poveda, another 1-2 is worked. Here comes Drame, he's got Rafinha on his inside. Rafinha takes a touch, it's almost deflected into the corner. Norwich's goal was a charmed life for now. Still 2-0 at 64 minutes in. More great feed from Poveda, having the shirt pulled off his back. He still keeps going. Jan Poveda should get a free kick and perhaps getting a little bit of his own back. Did say in the first half that Stewart nutmegged Pablo Hernandez. Poveda's going to take it on his own little mission to try and get him back with a couple of tricks before he starts playing in this game, and he wins his team a dangerous free kick. So Sean Stewart into the referee's book. Rafinha, Roberts had come short for it. Poveda. All of Leeds' centre-half still up in the box. So here comes Roberts. Can he float it to the far post? Decides to wait for a second, and now Leeds have to get back. Rafinha, good tackle as well. puts his foot in. Not scared to work very hard defensively, and that was a really important tackle because Norwich were on their way down the left-hand side. Roberts, beautiful flick to Poveda. Poveda now on his way. He's got Rafinha on his inside. Roberts is now coming to help out. Here is Roberts, takes a deflection, and they're happy to let that trickle away for another corner. Those three in the second half have really gelled really nicely. Telepathic, some of the movement, some of the passes. Leeds will just be wanting that one more goal before they can probably think this is a job well done this Sunday afternoon. As Rafinha towards the near post, Cresswell takes a deflection. Here is Struijk, oh, saved. Somehow the keeper gets to it, and you can tell by his reactions just how pleased he is, because he just throws everything at that shot from Pascal Struijk. It looked to be sailing into the top corner, and somehow he stops it. So can Norwich build from that? Can they be buoyed by that sort of effort from their keeper? He has kept Leeds at bay several times, John McCracken has. McKinstry is the man to take this set piece towards the far post, flicked away by Norwich, only going to fall to the edge of the box for Jenkins. Davis looks across and sees Poveda in space, who brings it down with relative ease. Falls over the ball, makes Stewart fall over. That ground is very slippy out there as Struijk goes for goal again over the top. And well, Pascal Struijk is showing a different side to his game, playing a bit more further wide this time in this second half. He's playing left back. Casey's seemingly got into holding midfielder, and Davis has dropped deep, so just trying a few different things. And Pascal Struijk's goal efforts, both of them very close. The first was blocked, the second just a little bit too much power on it. But again, good work from Poveda. Albeit a bit scrappy first time around, but that's a great ball into the box. Poor marking from Norwich. A very powerful effort from Pascal Struijk as he went for goal. We are going to have a break in play here. I think Stewart might have just fallen awkwardly when he was trying to stop Poveda, so fingers crossed he can continue. Mark Jackson's giving instructions out to his players, making sure they get the job done. As I mentioned earlier in the season, slipped up a couple of times when in the lead. McKinstry just happy to give more instructions out towards Rafinha for the rest of this game. So 20 minutes to go. We are going to see a second change for Norwich. Nelson Kumbembe, the man coming on. Kumbembe replacing Hondermark. Final section of this game. Still no more changes for Leeds, just the one so far. McKinstry for Hernandez. Struijk and Davis interchange passes now and get this game back underway. So we've seen a different side to this Leeds defence. Casey holding midfielder. Pascal Struijk's been playing left back for 10 or 15 minutes or so, and he's now on the attack here as McKinstry gets the ball from him. It's back to Struijk towards the far post. Plenty of power on that cross. Poveda takes a deflection. Another good save from McCracken. His teammates come across to thank him, because that's 4 or 5 saves now that have kept Leeds at bay. McKinstry with another corner towards Cresswell. Cresswell just can't get there. Decent leap, just too much power on the cross. Good tackle from Jenkins, who's had a solid game in the middle of midfield. Referee says free kick against Leif Davis on Therese Almatoy. The ball is still rolling, so Norwich are going to be forced to retake this. It's here to Davis. Davis to McKinstry. Now with Leif Davis, who's taken a bit more of a wider route this time. Here is strike from Roberts. Great feet from Pascal Strike. Leif Davis has been caught late, by the way, right on the edge of the touchline. Ended up folded in the dugout, and that's going to be a real painful one. There's no need for a late challenge. It's a tough old boy, Leif Davis. So fingers crossed he's good to continue, but that's going to hurt. Paveda once more. Towards the bar line, still going. Paveda cuts it back. Rafinha, he goes down in the box. Is that too strong of a tackle? Referee says not. Let's hope Rafinha's good to go, and he's not injured here because he went down in a heap. Rafinha slowly getting up, and strike goes back inside. He'll be offside, Rafinha, so Leeds are pretty careful to not go too early. Here's McKinstry. Roberts goes down. He claims he's clipped on the back of the ankles. Rafinha's going to try and go and get his own back on with the Norwich players. The referee says free kick, and he might go into the book here because it was a pretty cynical foul. Rafinha, as expected, points to the penalty box, and I don't think the Norwich player got a touch to the ball when Rafinha went down. He is carded. A lot of passion out there today. They just need to keep their cool. Remember the scoreline, not get dragged into the arguments. The Norwich player certainly unhappy with the way that Rafinha's reacted. They need to try and use this frustration and channel it and get that third goal. See this game off and make sure they can beat the league leaders. Cresswell clears. It's going to go all the way back to John McCracken in the Norwich goal. It is pressure not as intense as it has been. Paveda, just as I say that, nips in, goes past his man so easily again. Jan Paveda had an absolute stormer out there. Ball nearly finds its way to Roberts. Paveda was clipped, I think, because he played that pass, so hopefully he can run that injury off. But the close control is his biggest asset. His pace, the way he just glides past players, Jan Paveda. He's still feeling the effects of that tackle. Hopefully he can just get ready for this set piece and make a difference. He's going to make a late run. Cresswell will do so as well. He's on the edge of the box in the number 5 shirt. McKinstry now spots that run of Cresswell, tries to float it to the far post. Cresswell's coming towards it, heads it back into the box. The referee suggests it's going to be a free kick. Not sure what he's seen there. Not sure if it's Stroik or Roberts that's given the free kick away. He was happy with Cresswell's challenge with the ref. As Casey takes the ball off Davis. It's now back to Casilla. Dennis tries to lead the Norwich attack by putting the high press on. Here's Poveda once more. Shows a bit too much of it to Stewart. Has to get back now and help out. As Jenkins into the middle it comes. Davis comes up, he's turned. Leeds under pressure here. Shot comes in, Casilla saves. As expected though, Norwich not going to go down without a fight. Top of the table, won't want to be beaten. McCracken comes out, great handling from him. Roberts was looking for Poveda. But again, Norwich, the game's a bit more end-to-end. It's a lot more stretched than perhaps Leeds would want it, as Jenkins just gives McCleary a little pull on the shirt. Card's going to come out here for Jack Jenkins. Yeah, can have no complaints with that one, unfortunately. Clear pull. Just where the Norwich attack was building. Now he's on the attack straight away to put pressure on his opposite number. He's got work to do though, because Norwich have got a bit of a spring in their steps since that Rafinha incident. They seem to be a bit more buoyed, a bit more determined. Strami wins a throw-in. Good spot from the ref to see that took a deflection. A lot of the Norwich players were trying to have him on. Strami down the line to Rafinha. Now can he work his way into the box? He rides the challenge of one defender. Into the box he comes. McKinstry's trying to offer a different angle. He's still got the ball. He was looking for Jenkins. The pass just not going to get to him. Showed a bit too much to the Norwich defence. And now they're on the attack, the Canaries. He's got work to do here as Davis has to stand up the centre forward, Omotoy. Davis and Omotoy battling it out. Leif Davis, can he stand his feet? Omotoy rides the challenge. He goes for goal. Not on a case is there to save the day and concede the corner. Leif Davis looking down at his shirt to say it had been pulled left, right and centre. He's trying to say that he's come over the top of his head, you can clearly see, but referee not interested in his appeals, despite a lot of his teammates backing him up. We've got 12 to go. Leeds United 2, Norwich City 0. Listening to LUTV. He's got a touch to it. He'll come out towards Drame, who looks down the line and sees the potential to counter, and Rafinha's the man to get there. He's got Stewart to get past. McKinstry's on the attack. Look at the numbers coming forward for Leeds. Rafinha to Roberts. Roberts might show and go. He does go for goal. Vaughan gets the block to it. And you've got to praise the Norwich defending, because just as Leeds came forward with 4 or 5 white shirts, Norwich were tracking back as fast as possible. They put everything on the line to block them, and they really have dug in today, Norwich, to keep this game at 2-0. Strike to Roberts. Great first touch, good pass to Jenkins, who will try and go onto his stronger right foot. Casey to Davis, now to Cresswell, who's gone straight back toward that left hand side where Pascal Strike is stood. What a ball. Now goes for that far corner. I think he was aiming for Rafinha. It's another effort from Pascal Strike that looks like a shot to goal. Roberts is unhappy, so is McKinstry. He's just trying to take it quickly. He's got so much power behind that left leg, Pascal Strike. Across though needed a little bit more finesse. Omotoy goes up. I don't think he was injured. I thought he looked down at the flank. He maybe just landed and someone's caught him in the eye. He was pushed by Davis though, according to the officials. Norwich do have a free kick. Leeds' numbers all defensive now. They've taken it quickly. Leeds have gone to sleep a little bit. Drame comes across. He hasn't gone to sleep. What a tackle that is. Just as Leeds were caught napping, he steps up, puts his foot through the ball. Norwich making yet another change. It is Saul Milovanik coming on for Stewart. They've gone down. Leeds want a free kick. They've got one. Just making sure he's okay, the official. He was caught late. He's limping pretty heavily.
Seconds then, boys. Second ball. The gun's past you. Good.
Norwich now win a free kick on halfway. McKinstry stands on that ball. Norwich player tries to take a couple of steps forward. McKinstry, Rafinha all saying that should be taken inside Norwich's own half. Referee disagrees and the game goes on. Rafinha's pressure again, very intense. Ran himself into the ground today. Paveda's got to get back now though. The cross comes in. Stroik gets a touch to it, diverts it away from trouble, but Norwich do have the corner. And McCleary does have the one arm aloft. The signals come out early. Leeds have to try and stay switched on. Drame's noticed that. Jenkins likewise. Paveda needs to try to go man marking rather than zonal, although Cresswell's waiting for his runner. It comes in, headed away by Roberts again. And Drame gets to it with a powerful clearance downfield. Rafinha, that ball should stay in play, and Rafinha has managed to prod it down the line. I think the keeper is going to just try and watch that ball trickle away, but again, the threat on the counter-attack of Rafinha, superb. And the referee disagrees with the keeper and said that should be a corner. Rafinha's taken it quickly. Leeds' players are not in the box. The referee's told Rafinha to start again. He's had a few clashes today with the referee. But yeah, certainly something I don't think we're going to see too many times for the Leeds 23s, is Rafinha playing down that right on the counter. Of course, destined for first team. Much minutes under his belt today. But something to certainly watch out for in future games at Ellen Road in the Premier League, as this corner's taken towards Casey, headed back into the danger zone. Casey goes for it right-footed and just about misses that crossbar. Went for goal last week, Ollie Casey, against Reading, which was a surprise to see. It's not often he goes for goal from the edge of the box. That time a little closer. Was Casey originally that had the effort and deserved to go for it really when it's sat up, centre half. He's not going to think twice about having a go for goal, as Jenkins can't get the ball out of his feet. He's unlucky there. Has to work hard to get the ball back though. Norwich in midfield, they try and flick the ball over the top. Cresswell's got to watch his runner, and Charlie Cresswell does a superb job of doing just that. Gets the head to it. He might concede the corner, but it's an awful lot better than getting caught in behind and letting the Norwich player have a shot to goal. Still the 2-0. It's a surprise for me to see no second half goals, with that first half showing we had both teams going all for it. Drama heads away. Jenkins has to stand strong and does. Now he tries to ride the challenge. Jenkins, he's quick and he's going to get to this next touch of his. Now, can he pick a pass? A smart play from Jack Jenkins. Just gets his composure. Goes cross field, but he wins his team a throw-in. But rather than rush it, just stopped in his tracks, assessed his options, looked downfield.
Keep pushing. Keep pushing. Be aware the 14.
Paveda is looking for Rafinha. That's gone wayward though. Now Norwich attack down this left-hand side. It is another ambitious ball into the box. It was early. Norwich have certainly stretched lead in this second half, but just haven't had the quality so far to muster a few shots on goal. Kiko Casillas made a good save to deny them in the second 45. As Roberts smashed into by the Norwich player, the referee's going to give the free kick. They've both come off a little worse for wear, and it's going to hurt. I think Tyler Roberts has caught the Norwich player in the head, and I think Roberts would have winded pretty severely. It's good to see both players making their way back to their feet as we're into the final 4 or 5 minutes of regulation time. Going to get a replay here of this Robert incident. I'm rather glad I'm sat on this side of the pitch than on the pitch with Tyler Roberts running into that incident. Here is Pascal Struijk. He's got McKinstry in front of him. Jenkins on the overlap. Here is McKinstry. Tries to find a little way to get the shot to goal, but that last touch is heavy. Here is Struijk looking for McKinstry. They work the 1-2. Pascal Struijk comes into the box. Rafinha's coming on the inside. Jenkins lets it come across his body. Casey's going to go for goal again. That took a slight deflection, and John McCracken is very grateful to see it sail straight into his hands. He's had some work to do today, the Norwich keeper. He's done it very well. Norwich come forward. That's a very heavy touch. It's going to allow Davies to pick up the ball. Roberts again. Dante's passed a couple of players. The pass was there to Jenkins, but he keeps it. Trying to compete with Jan Poveda for close control today. And that's another example of what he can do as he goes towards Drame. Drame's passing to Poveda is a little slow, but Leeds still win yet another corner. And just wait for Struijk, just wait for Cresswell and Casey. They're making their way slowly now. Taken short by Rafinha to Poveda. Rafinha puts his foot around it this time, cleared away low by Ethan Vaughan of Norwich. Rafinha gets a second go at it. He plays it into McKinstry. McKinstry's going to open up his body and go for goal. Norwich scramble and clear their lines only as halfway for Cody Drame. A tense few minutes for Norwich. They could have got a goal last 5 or so. They'll have that wind between their sails. They'd have been confident. They've got advantage here though. Leeds know they've got to keep this clean sheet. It'd be massive for morale in the camp as Jenkins concedes a throw in. He looks the linesman to ask for a free kick. He did have his shirt pulled. Therese Omotoy causing problems again as here is Ethan Vaughan for Norwich. Vaughan inside up towards Dennis. Drame stands firm, so does Struijk. The two go over to try and stop the attack. Roberts comes in and catches his man. Norwich get the free kick, which McKinstry just going to try and slow them down. Waste 20-30 seconds more if he can. Poveda will be the sole man in the Leeds United wall. So, like all set-piece routines so far, Leeds should have everybody back, probably barring Rafinha to attack on the counter. Ball to the far post, Cresswell heads clear. There is Rafinha to try and cause a nuisance. He almost gets away with it as well and forces Norwich back into their own half. McCracken's out of goal. It's a better clearance from him. Cresswell tells Drame to go and deal with this. Leeds try and set up with their 3 centre-backs in position. John Field. Kumbeni to McCleary. Poveda gets beaten to the ball but gets a touch enough to find it to Drame. Drame then spins away. Here is Jenkins. That's great work. Jack Jenkins should be a card really in terms of the... I think that's what Jenkins is asking. He was clipped from behind. It's what he did earlier and he got a card. But Leeds have managed this game terrifically well. They're learning the lessons this season under Mark Jackson. Davis, Roberts tried to be a bit too fancy. He's given the ball away. You're going to pat him on the back though because he's gone and made amends for his error and won the ball back. And silky skill step over to McKinstry, who's lucky to not get put into the dugout. Need to get their throw in and they're in no rush. Pascal Strike here again. Cresswell's going to go back down this left-hand side where Strike is flying forward. Out comes McCracken and he just puts his foot through the ball. Pascal Strike maybe feels a challenge on the right elbow. That's another player I wouldn't like to run into at full pelt, Pascal Strike. Into stoppage time now for Leeds. It looks to be a job well done. Don't go into too much detail, don't want to curse them. There'll have to be some heroic effort from Norwich to get back on level terms. Driving to Davis, who just takes his time before going back to Casilla. Casilla to Casey. Casey's little faint touch is enough to find Davis, whose ball down the line was certainly a good idea towards McKinstry, just couldn't keep it inside that touch line. Hacken, Kumbeni, Norwich player slips, almost allows Poveda to come in. Kumbeni again. Tomkinson, Rafinha working overtime to try and dispossess him. Into Roberts. Roberts gets a touch of the ball. Now can he free Poveda? He tries to just waste a bit more time. Roberts goes past his man once again. He's flying with confidence as Drame gets it. Drame turns back inside. Poveda to Roberts. These two might try and work something, but instead they just keep it professional. They go back across to Cresswell. Here is Davis. Referee has a quick glance at the watch as Pascal Strike picks up the ball. He's got McKinstry, looks over his shoulder. McKinstry turns past one, goes past the second. Now can he get into the box? He can. Across the face of goal, and Norwich somehow hook it away from goal and concede a corner. The Norwich defender's done very well there to not actually turn it towards his own goal. But Stuart McKinstry went past several players. And he is going to stay on the left touchline to take this set piece. Referee has another look at his watch as Cresswell, Casey, Strike, Rafinha, Poveda and Roberts occupy their positions in the box. Jenkins has come short, so has Davis. Davis is the closest to this taker now of McKinstry, but ignored for now. Towards the far post, too much curl on it, and it is going to trickle out of play. But the referee has seen enough. The 3 minutes of stoppage time is all he wants to see today, and Leeds United get the victory. Fabulous performance from Mark Jackson's men, with some first teamers to come in and get some minutes. They've got the job done to beat the league leaders. So Norwich had won 3 in a row. Leeds are back to winning ways after losing to Reading. Poveda opened the scoring in the 3rd minute, and after a disallowed goal for Norwich, Rafinha punished them in the 41st. Full time then 2-0. Leeds United's 23s back in action a week today against Crystal Palace.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can you hear me? 1, 2, 3. Hello, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This side, please. Right, okay, cool.
Mark, a convincing victory for your side this afternoon.
Yeah, it's nice to score the goals and get the 2-0 win and the clean sheet as well. We created chances to score, but I have to say, Norwich are a very good team and put us under some pressure, and it had to be a good performance. And the boys delivered that today.
With the chances you did create, is that the only criticism, that perhaps you didn't score more goals?
Not criticism, because I'll never criticise the boys for doing that, for missing chances. The good thing is that we're creating chances, and like I said, the clean sheet as well. On another day, maybe a couple more could have gone in, but we're happy with the 2-0 win, and we're happy with the levels of performance from the players as well.
You spoke about Norwich being a good side. Their goalkeeper had an outstanding game too.
He did, yeah, and I think they're a side who are sitting top of the league and very organised and disciplined in what they're doing. A strong team as well who posed us a couple of problems in the first half on the transition as well and created a couple of chances. So they're always a threat, But like I said, I thought we performed very well. I thought the players stepping down from the first team squad showed an exceptional attitude and application during the game and really showed their quality as well.
Since Marcelo's been here, we've seen a lot of under-23s players go play with the first team. So having a number of first team players available today, that can only be a good experience, can't it?
Yeah, of course it is. The drop down, and we spoke before the game about that kind of responsibility to keep the momentum going for the club, to keep that good feeling going, what the first team are creating. And I thought the whole team did that today. You've got players on the bench, young players on the bench who are maybe disappointed not to play, and that's how it should be. But no, I thought that the whole team performance was good, and I thought they showed a fantastic attitude.
And the desire as well. You could see some challenges going out there on the pitch, a few yellow cards.
Well, I think that's what we're about, the intensity of our play and the aggression with and without the ball, obviously controlled, but that's what we said. We've got to live up to our identity of what the managers created at the football club, and we want that to filter down to the 23s and throughout the club as well, so we have that clear identity of how we play, and to kind of keep that going, and I thought we did that really, really well today.
Perfect. Thank you very much for speaking to us.
No worries. Okay.
Sorry, it's probably the wrong word.
It's all right. It's okay.
Sorry.
All right. Cheers, guys.
Cheers, pal.
Right.
Yeah.